Let us talk about public sector recruitment. I have been watching some occupational documentaries recently. TV shows that film people working at their occupation. I was even one many years ago. They filmed one at Heathrow Airport and I can just be seen checking in for a flight to some godforsaken hellhole. I think it was either an Amsterdam or Frankfurt flight. Moving on. Many of these TV shows are about public service and the public sector. No issue with that. I can't see that filming me at work would have ever made for a good telly show. These shows are all right. They can also show some pretty horrific things. I have seen some recently about fraud detection and there is one about police officers in Ipswich hunting down drug dealers while driving BMW motor cars. Definitely nothing wrong with rooting out drug dealers. The more drug dealers you can catch and put out of business, the better for everyone, I say. There is another one about paramedics and I will go a bit easy on these guys because they help me a lot regularly and are generally pretty good. I won't mention the 9-hour wait incident any further here. Those that know. Let us get deeper into this though, as there is one thing that keeps cropping up. These police officers, paramedics, fraud officers and others often talk about the respect they get from the public. One police officer said that a police officer gets less respect now than say 30 or 40 years ago. Yes, this is probably correct. If you want to know why this is, you need to look at two things: the recruitment process and the mirror. If the public sector wants respect, it also has to earn it from the public. For the cost of the public sector, the return from many sectors is weak and the attitude of individuals can be variable. In India, for example, working for the public sector is a badge of honor. I have been told about the entry exams for various parts of the sector and they are hard. Families invest lots of money in getting their children through these exams because passing them will give those children a good future and paint their families in a positive light. For example, private tutors are engaged to help. We don't see that in the United Kingdom. If the police want the respect that a police officer received, say before the year 2000, they can have it. The people who can earn the respect of the public in that way are out there and you just have to recruit them instead of the people you are recruiting. Yes, recruitment has to change. This is the sort of recruitment that has led to, for example, the Wayne Couzens fiasco, where a lovely young lady was murdered by a police officer. I will bring back the NHS here. Recruitment and the way recruitment is done in the NHS could well have prevented the Lucy Letby fiasco, those poor babies and their families. After recruitment, individual staff need to look in the mirror. Can you as a public sector officer or worker look in the mirror objectively and say, I really delivered value for the money I take from the taxpayer? I suspect that many in the public sector cannot actually do that every day with a clear conscience. I reckon in percentage terms the number that actually can say they deliver real value every day with a clear conscience across the public sector as a whole is probably in single figures. Recently I was allowed a sneak look at some analysis done on the police by some PhD level students. They worked out how much out of the council tax payment across the country was effectively taken in police not doing their jobs properly or being corrupt. In Warwickshire, that figure was £43 a year. If you take London out of the equation because it skews the figures, Warwickshire was higher than Police Scotland, for example. I won't name the top force. The lowest was Avon and Somerset. The figure was £19. Every householder in Warwickshire pays the £43 out of their council tax. £43 too much. I will be demanding a refund. I asked them if they were doing the same sort of analysis on councils and I was told it was in the pipeline. I might write a blog about that if I get to see the research. I'm sorry, but nobody should be paying anything for people in the public sector being corrupt or not doing their jobs properly. If you are corrupt or cannot do your job properly, you should not be in that employment. If you want to be incorrect or corrupt and get a job in the public sector, then the recruitment process should prevent this. If you are in public sector employment and cannot do your job properly, you need to get your line manager to teach you, and you need to do it fast. Resignation is another option. Better recruitment and weeding of the current resource community is able to get people in the public sector who can earn and in certain situations command the trust and respect of the general public. Thorough recruitment and vetting is not a difficult process. In fact, it's easier to do a good job of it than do a bad job of it. The public sector gaining the respect it wants in one blog. Nailed it.